Hi there, welcome again to Steve's Word Room. Of course, it's the 1st of January 2017. So the first thing I've got to say before we launch into the word for this month is a very, very happy new year to each and every one of you, and welcome to a new year, to 2017. And I trust this will be a significant and a great year for each one of you. I don't know if you recognise the surroundings, but actually we are here in the very salubrious and grand setting of a beautiful building that I love dearly. This is Lichfield Cathedral. And we're in just one of the upper chapels recording our word room for this month. If you've never visited this place, then come along. It has a awe and a magic about it that nowhere else can match. So here we are, it's January the 1st, and my word for this month is one already connected with the day that you're in. Because the word is resolution. Hey, but it's New Year. So let me start with a little story about a couple and expectation, which is wrapped up with resolution. It goes like this. You see, Susan was taking an afternoon nap. On New Year's Eve, it was the night before all the festivities and welcoming the new year. She woke up and she chatted with Dave, her husband, and she said this: "Dave, I've just had a dream and dreamt that you gave me a diamond ring for a New Year's present. What do you think it all means?" Dave, with a smile on his face, looked back and said, "Tonight all will be revealed and you will know." She was excited. As midnight approached, David came and he gave her the present that he had promised earlier. It was a small package. She was excited and she opened it quickly. There, in her hand, in the middle of all this wrapping, was a book titled The Meaning of Dreams. I think her expectation levels had possibly gone through the roof, only to be dashed because what came was appropriate to the conversation but wasn't what she'd got in mind. So I'm using the word resolution because it's a January word, really. A New Year's resolution. I'm sure at some point in your life, however long or short, you've done that New Year's resolution thing. And I just want to bring it back because it's January the 1st. It's an annual word. If you look in the dictionary, it simply means a firm decision to do or not to do something. But it has an incredible history. Let me, just for a moment, just bear with me and just follow this through. You see, if you go right back to the Babylonians, they made a promise to their gods at the start of every new year. The promise particularly surrounded giving back stuff that they'd loaned or borrowed. You go to the Romans, and they began each year making a promise to the god Janus, who is the god that January was named after. Some promise for the months ahead. You come to the medieval era, and after the Christmas season was over, knights vowed that they had a fresh commitment to the chivalry of the day and they would fight for the cause. So, a New Year's resolution is not a modern thing by any stretch of the imagination. And this won't surprise you either. I read the other day that 83% of all our New Year resolutions centre around diet, fitness, health, and weight. Don't switch off yet. No guilt surrounding that. So think of the New Year resolutions that you've made over past years. Might be surround some of those issues. It might be other stuff to do with family and work. Let me offer you a few. What about this year? Praying more. A commitment that everything that happens in your world will be committed to God. What about speaking to people with more love and more grace? Walking in their shoes a little bit and understanding that although they might have a grump on or not look great, actually there's a situation surrounding life that's not very pleasant. And you speaking with love and grace might just be a great comfort and help and support for them. What about volunteering for something? You might do that already. Well, do something else, but if you don't, volunteer for something this year. Praise stress away. That ever used word, stress. If you're a Christian, then take the opportunity through praising God to release some of that stress through focusing on Him. Just trust Him more. Do you know what? I want to finish with this. Because the biggest failure excuse in resolutions is unrealistic goals. Doing something that's way off beam is not going to be achieved, is way beyond what you're going to be able to do in a minimum of 12 months. So, let me give you this thought, having said all that, having had a very brief look at the history of resolution. The best New Year's resolution that I can make and that you can make is very simple. Forget doing more. Forget new things. Just try your best at everything you're already involved in. Now that's a great resolution. Happy 2017. I'll speak to you next month. That's Steve's Word Room. God bless. Bye. Are we good on that?